So, hi, I found out more about the Duncan Gray tune and its history. There are a number of different, like, legend, how this tune um, was created. And one is that it was by a cart driver somewhere in Scotland. I have forgotten where. Uh, with the name of Duncan Gray, and he kind of used to whistle this tune, and a local musician copied it down, and that was how it was kind of passed on. Also, there are two versions, at least, maybe more, of the basic tune, and one is also in the session org, and it's the same that is preserved in James Oswald's collection of Scottish tunes. It's called the Caledonian Companion or something. I have to check what Caledonian means, but some kind of, I don't know, ancient name for a landscape, I don't know. Anyway, so this guy has the same tune that's also in the session org, so maybe, I mean, the historical sequence will be different. James Oswald was also a Scottish musician in the 18th century who also had classical inclinations, so he composed like Scottish tunes and arranged them like folk tunes, but he also played what they call the drawing room style or the gallant style in Scottish music, so basically house music of the upper classes that was kind of classical inspired. So what he did, he collected all these tunes in, I think, 12 volumes of tunes, a large number, could be, I don't know, 40 or even more. And as I said, he arranged some of them, but also he wrote sets of variations, and that is what he did with this tune, Duncan Gray. And then the other source I have with the Scottish fiddle music in the 18th century, and that I've played for you, is another set of variations on the basic tune, but the tune is slightly more embellished, as if it was already a variation on this, let's say, more basic Duncan Gray tune. And this collection that I have, the Scottish fiddle tunes from the 18th century, that has also a set of variations, and it's different. So we have basically one original tune in two versions and two sets of variations. And what I want to do right now is just play the basic tune in both its versions. First from the James Oswald collection, and then from the other collection. I don't know where this particular tune comes from in this collection of Scottish tunes in the 18th century, but I can look that up. And then the most interesting thing, I told you that I couldn't find like the tune that I had played on YouTube, but rather something that sounded similar and that was also called Duncan Gray, and that had some words to it by Robert Burns, and this is in this collection of tunes that Marie has introduced me to. It's in the third volume, and here we also have the text. So, and then that is a story about some Duncan Gray who wrote a woman named Maggie, and that was kind of complicated story. It seems that Maggie put him down, but maybe she didn't understand what he wanted because she was also deaf, or I don't know, couldn't speak. I don't know what the word for that is. And and then in the end he blossomed and she deteriorated in illness, but then they got married and were happily ever after. Very strange tune. But there's also some indication that there was earlier text to that tune, and that was also some kind of like hilarious or bawdy text about the marriage between a frog and a mouse. So some kind of nonsense story. So the mood really seems to be one of, I don't know, silliness or exuberant silliness. So yeah, and the thing that repeats like that is a refrain, terrible pronunciation probably. That is in the Robert Burns words. Let me just check again. The wooing is ode, O apostrophe T. And although this book has lots of explanations about all the texts, but it doesn't explain what this means. It's, I think it could be the wooing is over, or I don't know. Maybe Marie can shed some light on that. The wooing is oved, O-V apostrophe T. So. No. That was the wrong volume. Yeah. Ha ha, the wooing ode. Yeah, yeah, the wooing ode. Yeah, yeah, the wooing ode. So, whatever that means. So, that is, I think, the characteristic of this tune also, that's easy to remember. So, now the Duncan Gray, that is, seems to be more popular. I've been playing all the time. It's like similar, but with a little bit more movement, 16th notes. Okay, so now it's more obvious where the similarities lie, I think. Okay, so I will spend some more time with this and also look at the variations from the James Osborne Caledonian Companion, and yeah, it's it's a fun tune. Okay.